Welcome everyone to another Structure Deck unboxing video. This time around we're going to be doing Wave of Light, a Structure Deck which actually came out back in January 19th of 2018. I say back then, but it's actually not that old. It's been like maybe about 2 years ago, which is definitely newer than the majority of Yu-Gi-Oh products, of course. But yeah, so this one, as the name suggests, as Wave of Light, obviously it's going to be a lot of light and fairies as well, fairy support, so pretty interesting. Obviously a lot different than dragons. I mean, the one thing that's the same is lights, you know, like the previous one that I just unboxed. But yeah, let's go and get started. So here we go. So for this one here, what I am going to, first of all, I guess I'll say that a lot of the cards that you'll see here are cards that I find incredibly annoying, because if you're watching the Let's Plays that I do, you would know that the fairy decks, those fairy stall decks or whatever that you duel, they are some of the most annoying things that you will face in your entire freaking life in Yu-Gi-Oh! At least in those games. I mean, nowadays it's obviously much more annoying things, but yeah, so here as always is the beginner's guide. I'm not going to be going through this. It's essentially like, you know, the rule book and stuff like that, so that's cool. I don't need to go over that. And this is one of these little things that gives you a little bit of information, but also it's actually a mat. I guess I will show off the mat just so you know what it looks like, despite you probably never using it, because it doesn't really make sense to use it, you know? So these mats, as you can actually see, because this one is newer, it has the extra monster zones right up here on the top, because obviously that's the master rule that came out, which is actually what's being hinted a lot, that it's actually not going to be a thing anymore. Like, that master rule is going to be gone with the introduction of Master Rule 4, but that's a different story. Alright, whatever. The point is, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this thing now here. So this thing here, first of all on the back, you see this dueling thing, which is like, oh man, that's actually kind of cool, right? I suppose. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this, if I can find where I can freaking open this thing. Cause this one doesn't have the centerpiece that you can just simply flip normally, you know? So that's kind of cool. And the bottom is actually a lot easier. Let's do that. Okay. So here we go. So we are going to start off with this one, known as Eva. It's actually a level 1, as you can see right there. That's kind of interesting. And it's 500 attack, 200. It says that this card is sent to the graveyard. You can banish up to 2 other light fairy monsters from your field and your graveyard. Add the same number of level 2 or lower light fairy monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, except Eva. You can only use this effect of Eva once per turn. Yeah, kind of a unique effect there. Well, not really unique, I'll say, but I guess to fairies, sort of. So here's Sacred Art Air Knight Parshoth. As you can see, this is obviously very epic, as you can clearly tell. One thing about fairies is that they have a lot to do with counter traps. As you can see, if you activate a counter trap, you know, yeah, that's actually been a thing with fairies for the longest time now. Oh, that's not focused. Focus. There we go. Okay. That's Power Angel Valkyria, as you can see, 1800 attack. If you negate the activation of a spell or trap card or monster effect, add 1 light fairy monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use it once per turn. Yeah, so again, I mean, the assumption is that you're using counter traps to negate. It says the same time as Parshoth. So what's interesting about this card, if you take a look, first of all, it's a continuous spell card, but then it says, this card's name becomes the Sanctuary in the Sky while on the field or in the graveyard. Basically, it's a power card version because the Sanctuary in the Sky was pretty good back in 08, 09, you know, but after that, not necessarily so it was essentially power creep. Here is Rebirth of Parshoth. Counter trap card, but obviously it's for, you know, on Parshoth monster. Speaking of Parshoth monsters, actually quite a lot of them. Minerva, Scholar of the Sky. Okay, there we go. And then we got Neo Parshoth, the Sky Paladin. This one was actually an older card, essentially an upgraded version of Air Knight Parshoth, which was a really good card back when it came out really early in Yu-Gi-Oh, like 2004. Is your Air Knight Parshoth right there. 1900 attacker. Every time it does damage, you draw a card and it has piercing. Really good back in the day. Meltiel, Sage of the Sky. You've seen a lot of these cards in the Let's Play, actually. Harvest, Angel of Wisdom. Bountiful Artemis. Layard the Liberator. This one is actually different because it's a pendulum, as you can see. So it did not come out in Stardust Accelerator or Reverse of Arcadia around that time. But that's Guiding Ariadne. Archlord Christia. That one was also one of the older ones. Splendid Venus. Then we got Athena. Tethys, Goddess of Light. Look at that, Hecatrice. Oh my god, don't get me started on this piece of shit. I think I see a lot of you laughing right now watching this. Yeah, you know exactly why. This thing has given me so many problems in the Let's Plays. And both Stardust Accelerator and Reverse of Arcadia, because I've already recorded a few videos where I fought it again, and yeah, not very... oh my god. Nova Summoner, similar to Shining Angel, if it's destroyed by battle you can special summon. It has to be a light fairy, but this one can actually special summon in defense mode, whereas Shining Angel cannot. There's another Honest right there. Herald of Orange Light, Herald of Green Light, Herald of Purple Light. They basically counter specific types of cards, each Herald. And there's a Guiding Light, DD Sprite, look at that, okay. And we got Hanewata, so that's all the monster lineup there. So when it comes to the, you know, the holographics that you actually get 5 in this one. These are the 5 that you essentially get. They're all either super rare or ultra rare. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, just put them down right over there. Got all the monster lineup right there. And then we got the Sanctuary in the Sky. So this is the older one, like I said. It just says, you know, battle damage to the controller of a fairy type monster from a battle involving that monster becomes 0. That's simple. Pretty good back in the day, but nowadays not anymore. Then there's cards from the sky, Celestial Transformation, Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen, similar to like a Call of the Mummy for zombies, Ties of the Brethren. And there's actually a lot of trap cards. A lot of trap cards. Light of Judgment is one of them. Miraculous Descent. Synthetic Seraphim. Also take a look at how many counter traps you get in here. Divine Punishment. Dark Bribe. That's a counter, but you know, they use it on an upstart goblin. You'll look like a pro. Solemn Warning. Ultimate Providence. Drastic Drop Off. Recall. And then if you look at this, you get a token. Synthetic Seraphim token. Oh my god. And then a little Duel Links. I think it's like a little promo for Duel Links if you want to like download Duel Links and play that, but yeah. So that's basically it. For traps you get a counter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 counter traps. You would probably need more if you want to make it even more effective when it comes to counter trap support for fairies. But that's basically it for your trap cards there. And your one little token, of course. I'm going to put that right there. And then for spells, you actually do not get that many spells in this one. This is actually all the spells you get. This right here. That's literally it. Not very good in terms of that. Well, I mean, you do have one more over here. I forgot to mention that. And you do have one more counter trap. I did not mention that either because those are ones I separated. But monsters, you have a lot of monsters in this one. A ton of them. And that's kind of the thing nowadays. Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, that you actually should be putting a lot more monsters and spells and traps. It shouldn't be 20-20. Back in the day, it used to be 20 monsters, 20 combined spells and traps for 40 cards. And that was it. But that is basically it. The 2 big ones were, of course, these 2. Eva and then Sacred Arch Aeronite Parshath. Yeah, pretty epic right here. Really epic there. So that is going to be it for this one. Like I was saying, this is Wave of Light. Here's a box I completely destroyed back in 2018. So yeah, as always, make sure to leave some comments about what you think of this deck that came out, but also really what you think of the video. You know, I've done 2 in a row. I did Saga of Blue Eyes and this one in a row, so I haven't taken the feedback if you did leave any from the Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon one. That's why, but I definitely will be reading it now because I'm trying to make a little bit of a space specifically for these types of videos that'll make it more better with lighting and a background as well, like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing in the back, like a little playmat. I'll see. I'll get some ideas here. So if you enjoyed this video in any way, as always, please be sure to leave a like. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you. And as always, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great and, of course, a fantastic day.